But you see how they said she was born in Ohio, in Columbus, Ohio, right by London, and 21 Savage from London. And then you got the Atlanta, Georgia, the ATL. Then all of a sudden she's just a girl from the South, you know? That's how they act, man. Just characters. But you see when she was when she was around 12 years old, her dad was a drag racer that goes into the Cara, the drag racing. So they had to start her off anyway, you know? Even the guy that they said did the fake moon landing, notice he had to be from Ohio, Neil Armstrong. He was born a day after Obama, you know, August 5th. Obama was born August 4th, you know. So that's why, you know, even the guys who created the planes, you know, they were born in Ohio, then they went down to Carolina. So, you know, the plane is serious because in 1 Thessalonians 4:17, as it's written, we'll meet the Lord in the air. That goes into the exodus from America back into Zion, what they call Cairo, Egypt, by planes. That's why they had to start out in Ohio. They call it the birthplace of aviation. Then they do it and they debate it with Carolina. Because from Ohio, the heart of it all, the cardiac, the Ohio being like the most high, trying to down. They go from Ohio to Carolina to Cara. You see? That's how deep this goes. Obama and Curry born in the same hospital in Akron, Ohio. Then LeBron James obviously become King James, blaspheming the word of God, the King James Bible, the chosen one. And then you remember he went to St. Mary. You know, remember I've been talking about that road to Dublin. Remember he was on the fighting Irish basketball team, the Irish, which goes to that road to Dublin on Sinners, dealing with the leprechaun, the Irishman, dealing with that leprechaun going across that rainbow throne, trying to get their gold, trying to keep inheriting, you know, their the earth through blasphemy, warring against the kingdom of heaven, you know. So you see, Stephen Curry had to go from Ohio, the same type of plot, just like the Wright brothers with the planes. Who made the planes? They go from Ohio, then he went down to Carolina, hint Cara, to Carolina, then he went to Davidson High School, he went to Davidson College out there. You know, that the David son, remember it says that the Messiah rides through the house of David. And then after that, he goes on to Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors, because, you know, as it's written in Zechariah, the book of Zechariah, Zechariah 13, that we'll be refined as gold. So you notice how he went from that. Once again, he go from Ohio, the heart of it all, the Ohio, rising up, trying to be their own gods. Then he goes to Carolina. Then he goes into Davidson. And then after that, he goes to Golden State Warriors, because the Golden State has the Golden Gate Bridge. So basically, blaspheming the St. Louis Ark, you know, through Christ, you get to the Father. That's how wicked they are, man. That's how they whole theme is done. Same thing. Let's do it again. The baby, the same connection. The rapper, the baby. They say he moved from Ohio, from Cleveland, Ohio, to Charlotte, North Carolina, and he moved there at 6 years old. You know, allegedly moved there at 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? And how they say he from Ohio. Then he go to Carolina too, to Cara. You see what I'm saying? That stuff is serious, man.